guys, Jamie here, keeping it quiet. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. So today is just a few bits and bats what I'm up to around the pond. I managed to test the water yesterday, everything seemed fine, so I'm guessing it's just down to the weather why the fish weren't eating yesterday much. But as you can see, they're all happy as Larry today, and they've eaten alright this morning. It's a lovely day again today, and nice and warm, so I'm in my t-shirt and my shorts. But as you can probably tell, the filter house roof is currently up. Because first job today is I'm putting my little valve in the airline so I can filter the flow of air better. So without further ado, I'll spin you around and we'll go and have a look. So the pond's back up to 22 degrees today. That's a bonus. We've had two nice days. Again now, a bit breezy, but you can probably hear the wind. I put the phone in the filter house. You won't hear it as much then. But yeah, so job today, get the lid off that. Get that little tap in the airline, and then go from there. See if we can get an even flow of the bubbles in the drum. So I'm going to rip the lid off. In fact, I'm going to give it a clean first. He says as my finger even pushed it, no. Yeah, give it a clean first, get that all empty, ready to go, and then get the lid off and show you what I mean. There you go, so lid's off. So some of you may remember a video or two, or a couple of videos ago, I was putting on a Jubilee clip on the airline down here to try and slow this side down so it would speed that side up. But as you can see, it's just about, literally just about keeping all the media moving, but we do get a bit of a dead spot in that corner. Now if I was to turn the air pump up just a tad in here, literally just a tiny bit, that then bubbles that side an absolute good, and then we get no dead spots at all. The downside is though, this one then is bubbling so vigorously that the media is almost jumping out the water. So the plan is to put that T-valve, ball valve sorry, in this side of the airline instead of that Jubilee clip, because I just couldn't tighten that enough. Yeah, put that in there just so I can just play around with it, tweak it, because I can reach the pipe with my arm through the water. So I can leave it fully open to start off with, get the air to where roughly I want it, and then reach in and just keep tweaking the airline just a tad until both sections are perfectly even. Then once they're even and perfectly even, I can then play with that and tweak that until I've got a good even spread between the ponds. Again, if it still doesn't work and it's not enough, not powerful enough, then I can always upgrade this pump to an ever so slightly bigger one, or buy two separate pumps if I really have to. But I'm hoping not to have to go that route. But obviously I've got to drain this first to get that fitted, so I'm going to do that now. And while I'm going to do that, I'm going to give this side its first proper clean out as well. Get the old hose pipe in there and give it a good blast, because there's quite a bit of muck and crud floating around in there. I am kind of rather annoyed that this keeps going rusty. I've cleaned it off several times, but there's a bit of a chip in the surface of the metal, and that's what's causing it to go rusty. So that's not good, Oase. Don't chip my metal. It's yeah. So I'm going to pause you guys here for a minute. I'm going to get all this drained, get all the valves closed, and show you what I'm up to. Right, that's just draining down the last little bit. I have pumped most of the water back into the pond, so it's a bit over full at the minute, and then I'm just draining the last bit down, as you can see there, onto the lawn. Having a pond does keep your lawn very, very green, doesn't it? One bonus of having a pond. But yeah, looking in there, I don't know whether you guys are going to see it. Let's turn the light on for a second. Yeah, look at that. That is minging. So unlike Phil from Telford Koi, but opposite, like Lee from Koi Soldier, I also get a waste build up in that rim down there, as you can see. So yeah, I'll get the old Oase out and get all that blasted out in a minute. But first job, now that that's all finished draining down, I'm going to get this media out of the way and find the air pipeline. So snap back to you all in a bizzle. There you go guys, so you can see now what I did, or what I tried the other week. So I put a Jubilee clip there and tried to tighten the pipe a little bit. It's helped, it's made a difference, but it's not perfect. So what I'm going to do now is, hopefully this valve is not too wide that it won't fit, or it will fit, sorry, in this gap. Just about. So I've just got to chop out a small section of pipe there, and then get this valve in there. But yeah, it will just about fit in that section ish, so we'll see. I'll give it a go. I'll snap back to you all in a bizzle. So that's my little tap in place. I've just given this a good clean out, or a semi good clean out. Might give it one more spritz with the hose pipe and let it go one more time, and then we will play with the Airline. So I will snap back to you all once I've given it one more clean out, and then we'll see if we can get this Airline identical either side. But I've got my little tap valve in, and I've got Jubilee clip either side of it down there, and obviously the air stones under there. But I just filled it up because I'd cleaned in there, let it do a quick clean cycle and a run, and then emptied it again. So I'll do that one more time, and then we'll go from there. Right guys, as you can see now, that side is bubbling perfectly, but while that was bubbling perfectly, that was the issue I was having with that side. Nothing at all. So the idea of that tap now, I am going to go diving in there. Roll my sleeve up this time, because I ended up with a really wet sleeve last time. Find said tap. And as you can see, the more I twist this tap, the more that side boils. And hopefully this will now give us a nice, look at that, even perfect simmer of a boil. What we have got now, a tiny little dead spot in that corner and not that corner. So let me go back down there again and just loosen it just a tiny bit. Just to tweak the, I tell you what though, these plastic ball valve taps make it a lot easier to get a better control of flow, that's for sure. But yeah, we are almost perfect now. Look, no dead spots in these corners. Slow spot in that corner, but not a dead spot, and no dead spots in that corner, although we are getting a gathering in the middle. But the pump does need to be turned up just a tiny bit anyway, but I would say they're pretty even, so we'll crack them up a bit. Got a wasp buzzing around me. Go away, Mr. Jasper. There we go. That, I would say, is pretty much perfect. I'll just step out and get you guys a better shot. If anybody can tell me whether they think that's good or bad, let me know. In fact, I might even just loosen this one a tad more, because we're now getting a gathering in this spot. So one more dive. Oh no, it's gone now. Typical. I step back in and the dead spot goes. But yeah, I would say they're bubbling pretty damn even, to be honest. So I'm going to leave it like that for a little while. But at least now I've got full control over both sides, so I can get a nice even flow. So again, Oase, if you're watching this, maybe it'd be wise to put some little tiny, very cheap as well, plastic ball valves in there in case anyone else has that problem. I think that ball valve cost me about £1.25 plus delivery, so yeah, worth adding it on. But yeah, no, I'm going to leave it like that because we don't have any dead spots. We do have the occasional gathering in that corner, but then it moves on, which is actually really good for the bacteria in here anyway, because too vigorous, as we know it, the bacteria will get shaken off, and too slow, and there won't be enough oxygen or movement for the bacteria to grow. So I'm pretty happy with that so far, so I'll let that run for a few days like that and see how we do. But yeah, the pond is all now back up and working, a wee bit low. Need to get it all topped back up now. Had to cleaning that, had to drain it a couple of times. So again, we're back below the second weir plate of the skimmer. That won't take long. I've got some more sodium thiosulfate. So yeah, I'll get that all set and good, and we'll get back up and running. And I'll catch you all in a bizzle. So that's the drum all clean and pretty. It's at least as clean as I'm going to get it for now. Got the pond topping up. That's on full bore on the hose pipe at the minute to try and get it back to level. Yes, I've put sodium thiosulfate in the pond. Got all the filters and everything back up and working. The drum did about 20 cleans because of all the crud that it swept up in the drum, but hopefully that's all taken out now. Another inch and we're back up to level, so that shouldn't take too long. But yeah, I have a question for you guys. Need a bit of your help if you can. I noticed while this was off that there was an awful lot of algae, as you can see along the back there, but I've cleaned most of it off now, but there was an awful lot of string algae building up. You can see the tiny remnants of the bits I haven't managed to clean off there, but yeah, an awful lot of string algae growing on the edge of the blade there. Again, apologies if you can still hear the wind. It's still very, very windy, as you can probably tell by the trees. But anyway, I blabble on as always. My question is to those people that already own a drum, and to those of you that use Aquasource Resolve and not Cloverleaf, because I don't get on very well with Cloverleaf. Aquasource Resolve has always worked for me in the past, and that is what I use. But the question being is, I've never had a drum and had to use Aquasource Resolve. So question is, do you turn your drum off or bypass your drum and treat with Aquasource Resolve, or do you just leave it on and let everything run as normal? The fishies are down there enjoying some food, all down there. But yeah, so those of you that have drums, if you can advise me, best way to do it, do we turn the drum off for a day or two, let the Aquasource Resolve filter around the pond without cleaning, or is it fine to just leave the drum on, or do you bypass the drum? What's the best option? I can do either of the options, I'm not too fussed. But about 3 or 4 weeks ago, when the fish first went in, I got a little build-up of blanket weed on there, and I did a treatment with the Aquasource Resolve, and not a lot came of it. It's now 4 weeks later, which is normally when the Aquasource Resolve starts kicking in and killing the blanket weed. But I'm thinking probably because I've got now a constant trickle in, because the drum is constantly taking it out. I'm only replacing what the drum is taking out, but maybe the Aquasource Resolve, I'm either going to need to keep topping up the Aquasource daily, putting a little bit in each day, or turn the drum off so I can turn the trickle in off. But what do you guys do with drums? Let me know, very much appreciated. But on that note, the air in the drum is now working a treat. The fish seem happy as Larry, and the filters weren't off too long, probably about half an hour, so that's all good. I know I have only just put 5 new fish in there the other day, but hopefully that won't affect things too badly. The water stats were perfect yesterday, so hopefully that's still the same today. And yeah, let me know. But on that note, we will catch you all on the next one.